everyone, Mama Mikey here, and today is a quick video. These are my most recent GameStop pickups, so let's get right into it, starting with Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm for the PlayStation 3. You'll notice that for the first couple of these games, I was not able to get original cases for these because I bought all of these used at GameStop. And I also, because I wasn't able to get original cases, the covers I printed out myself, but some of them are in a different language, so I can't really give you the best overview of some of these games if I haven't played them before. But this one, I love the cover, the front of it. I think that's really cool. I tried this game out. First off, it didn't work, the first copy that I got. I got one that had this giant scratch in it, like deep enough I could stick my fingernail in it, and I said, I don't think that's gonna work. And then when the game, when you put it in, it immediately starts to install, and it got to like 32%, would not go past it. So I ended up going back to GameStop to exchange it for a fresh copy that worked beautifully. But it's a very strange Naruto game. I'm not sure if I'll finish it or not. I'm very happy to have it in the collection because I love collecting the Naruto games. But it's a very weird system in this game. You basically have a list of missions and you just pick the one you want to do. It's not going to locations on the maps like in the newer Naruto games. And by newer, I still mean, 360 PS3 era games. It's just a very strange system of you read the story, it's not really narrated, you read the story, do the mission, and that's it. It's very strange. I like the game enough and I want to have it in my collection. I'm very happy to have it, but I don't know if I'll complete this game. Looking inside of it at the disc, obviously none of these came with, the original case, so they don't have the manuals or anything. But the disc on this one was really cool. I liked that they continued the theme to the inside. Next is Enchanted Arms for the Xbox 360. This is just a game I've heard good things about and decided to give it a try. It looked cool. On the back it says, experience one of the first true next-gen role-playing adventures. Become the savior in a war 1,000 years in the making. As Atsuma, transform from naive student to powerful warrior. Immerse yourself in a deep storyline and explore fantastical environments as you master special fighting skills and magical abilities. This is a game that it was really difficult for me to not start playing it because I just have so much to play right now. But I put this game in my Xbox to test it out and make sure that it worked, and it looked so cool. I was so tempted to just start the game right away, but I said no, save this game for, the summertime drought when there's less things coming out. But this game looked awesome. A look at the case, once again, nothing in here but the disc, but I like that they went with a very simple design for the disc. I think the blue and white looks really sharp. Okay, the next game that I picked up was Eternal Sonata, another game that I've heard fantastic things about, but that I've never tried myself. It says, cross the bridge between dreams and reality. On his deathbed, the famous composer Chopin drifts between this life and the next. On the border between dreams and reality, Chopin discovers the light that shines in all of us in this enduring tale of good and evil, love and betrayal. And once again, I put this game in my Xbox to test it, and I just really had to pull myself away from it because just the first few minutes of the game really sucked me in, and I said, I can't start this game. I already have so many things to play. But I was really close to starting this one up because it just enchanted me immediately, and the art style of this game, as soon as I saw it, I just said, I gotta get into this world. I'd love to see more of it, but I have to save it for when I have a little bit less to play. Alright, next on the list is a game that I have played and loved, and this is just a game I don't have in my collection yet. This is Spec Ops: The Line for the Xbox 360. This is another one, though, that is in another language, but I can give you an overview of this game because I've played it so many times without any spoilers at all, of course. Just telling you about this game, it is an incredible story wrapped in an amazing shooting game. I completely expected this game to be a wonderful shooter. I did not expect at all such a fantastic story. And this story is deep and complex. It will mess with your mind. It's wonderful, and I just completely did not expect that at all. I thought this was going to be your standard, military war-themed game, and the stories sometimes in those games are hard for me to understand because there's so much kind of military talk and vocabulary that I'm just doing the missions, I'm enjoying the game because it's fun, but I don't quite know what's going on in the story. This game is different. Firstly, the story, you actually can understand it, but it's worth understanding. You'll want to know what's going on. And in the 3 playthroughs that I did of this game to get the 1,000 on it, it was amazing to kind of get new layers to the story each time you played the game. Because once you learn a certain detail, you can look for other things that you may have missed. And there's just something about this game that really drew me in from the start. The guns in this game are some of my favorite in any shooting games that I've played. This game just feels like a joy to play, and as I said, it's got a wonderful story wrapped around all of it. If you haven't played Spec Ops: The Line before, I highly recommend it. And lastly, for my GameStop pickups, this is the crown jewel of my GameStop finds, because not only was it the last copy of this game that they had in stock, but they actually had the original cover and they had the manual inside of it. This is Hakuki Stories of the Shinsengumi, and I know what you might be thinking, didn't you just get Hakuki Kyoto Winds for the PlayStation Vita? I did, and I like that game a lot. I've already done 6 playthroughs of it, but I kept thinking in my head, there's something not quite right with the story. It seems like each storyline just ends so abruptly. So doing some research online, I learned that Hakuki Kyoto Winds is an abbreviation of this game in a sense. They have essentially cut off the last few chapters of the story from this game, but in Kyoto Winds they've added new things to it. They've added an additional 6 characters that you can play their storylines, and there are completely new scenarios in that game. So while they have cut some content out, they've replaced it with new content, but it doesn't help that feeling of this story just ended. And every single storyline that you play through, it's a romance game, but every storyline you play through, at the end of it, it's mostly like you're just best friends. And I thought, this is kind of weird. And so doing some research, I found out that this game has the full story where it actually will seem much more like a romantic game than just a best friend simulator. So this is Hakuki Stories of the Shinsengumi. The critically acclaimed Otomi visual novel is now on the PlayStation 3 Entertainment System. And it says you've got more than one path to take. You can unlock new stories, so the more that you play, there's more paths you can go down. I'm very excited to find this game. I checked first at GameStop.com to see if they'd have it in stock, and it said, the limited stock, and I thought, oh geez, I gotta get down there. So I went there right away the next day. I just love this cover, by the way. And I went right down the next day, and I was stunned to see that they actually had it in the original case, and as you'll see with the instruction manual. This is the crown jewel of my GameStop pickups lately. I haven't found a game complete with the manual in so long. Not that a lot of games come with manuals anymore, but just having an insert of any kind in here. And also behind the manual was an ad for some more games from the same developer. And then on the back of that was just if you want more Hakuki games, there are more of them available. There's one for the PSP, there's one on 3DS that's another adaptation of this game. I believe it is a different name. And then the instruction manual itself, I was just so tickled to find this, and when I opened it up, I just couldn't believe that it's got, how to start and play. It's a short instruction manual, but just having it in there, having this game complete, really made my day. And like I said, this might be my best GameStop pickup all year because I just can't believe I found this game used in perfect condition. The disc was without a blemish, and with the instruction manual as well and the original cover and case. I was thrilled. So I didn't find original cases for any of the 4 other games I picked up. I had to print all those out myself. but this made it all worth it. So let me know in the comments below if you have played any of those games and what you thought of them, and also based on those games, are there any other games that you'd recommend for me to check out? Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye!